Welcome to a journey through the wild and untouched nature of our planet. Get ready to explore breathtaking landscapes, from dense tropical forests to the snow-capped peaks of the highest mountains in the world. In this video, we'll venture through some of the most magnificent and mysterious places Earth has to offer. Every corner of this planet holds its own story. The scorching deserts, where life adapts to the most extreme conditions. Hidden waterfalls in ancient forests, reminding us of the raw power and beauty of pure nature. And vast savannas, where the cycle of life unfolds with every sunrise. As we explore these natural wonders together, let's reflect on the importance of preserving them. The natural world is not only a visual spectacle, but a delicate balance that sustains all life on Earth, including ours. Behind each stunning scene lies a complex network of ecosystems that depend on each other to survive. Prepare to see Earth from a new perspective. Every image and sound in this video is a reminder that nature is our greatest heritage, a gift we must protect and respect. So take a deep breath, open your eyes and heart, and join us on this journey to rediscover the wonders of the natural world. Let's begin. The Cliffs of Moher is a famous place in Ireland. It is very beautiful, and many people visit it every year. The cliffs are very tall, about 214 meters high. They are next to the Atlantic Ocean. The cliffs are very old, made of rock from 300 million years ago. From the top, you can see the ocean and some small islands. This place is special for many reasons. It has many birds living there. You can see seagulls flying around. The cliffs are in many movies, like Harry Potter. People like to walk on paths near the cliffs and enjoy nature. The view is very nice, especially when the sun goes down. There are many interesting stories about the Cliffs of Moher. One story is about a witch named Mal. She loved a hero, but he didn't love her back. She jumped from the cliffs because she was sad. People say one part of the cliffs looks like her face. There is also a secret cave under the cliffs. Long ago, pirates used this cave to hide. The Cliffs of Moher have some surprising facts. Once, 300 people played harps there at the same time. It was a world record. Sometimes, there is a special weather event called Waterfall of Fog. It looks like fog is falling down the cliffs like water. People have lived near the cliffs for a very long time, about 6,000 years. Many ships have sunk near the cliffs. One famous ship sank in 1835. It was called the Cornelius O'Brien. Sadly, 25 people died. The cliffs are also important for birds. More than 20 types of birds make their homes there. Some of these birds are very rare. People take care of the Cliffs of Moher. They want to keep the place safe for animals and plants. Once, there was a plan to build a big bridge at the cliffs, but they didn't do it because it might hurt nature. The Cliffs of Moher is a place with beautiful views and many interesting stories. It's a special place in Ireland that many people love to visit. Azenhas do Mar is a beautiful village located on the coast of Portugal, near Sintra. This charming place is known for its stunning views of the Atlantic Ocean and its traditional whitewashed houses. The name Azenhas comes from the Arabic word asena, which means watermill. The village has a rich history, dating back to at least the 16th century. The village is built on steep cliffs, offering breathtaking views. These cliffs rise dramatically from the ocean, making Azenhas do Mar a unique place to visit. The natural swimming pools, formed by the waves crashing against the rocks, are a highlight. These pools are perfect for swimming and enjoying the ocean safely. Azenhas do Mar is famous for its fresh seafood. Many restaurants in the village serve delicious dishes like grilled sardines and seafood rice. The local cuisine reflects the village's maritime heritage, attracting food lovers from around the world. Visitors can enjoy a meal while taking in the beautiful ocean views. Local legends add to the charm of Azenhas do Mar. One popular story tells of mermaids that enchanted fishermen with their beauty. These tales create a magical atmosphere in the village, making it even more special for visitors. Azenhas do Mar hosts various cultural events throughout the year. These events often include music, dance, and local food, allowing visitors to experience the vibrant culture of the village. The close proximity to Sintra, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, makes it easy for tourists to explore both places in one trip. Overall, Azenhas do Mar is a peaceful escape from busy tourist destinations. Its stunning landscapes, charming architecture, and delicious food make it a must-visit location in Portugal. The combination of history, culture, and natural beauty ensures that visitors will have a memorable experience. High Tatras is a beautiful mountain range located between Slovakia and Poland. It is the highest part of the Carpathian Mountains. The area is famous for its stunning views, rich history, and outdoor activities. One interesting fact about High Tatras is the legend of the dragon. According to local stories, a giant dragon lived in the valleys and lakes of the mountains. This dragon protected the land from evil forces and helped shape the majestic landscape we see today. The peaks of High Tatras have special names with historical meanings. For example, the highest peak, Gerlachowski Szczyt, is named after the nearby village of Gerlachów. Other peaks like Lomnicki Szczyt and Ladowy Szczyt also have names related to local features or legends. High Tatras has been explored since the 18th century. The highest peak, Gerlachowski Szczyt, was first climbed in 1834 by a Slovak mountaineer named Ludovic Greiner. This exploration helped to bring attention to the beauty and challenges of the mountains. The area is known for its beautiful glacial lakes. For instance, Strubskie Pleso and Popradzkie Pleso are famous glacial lakes formed from melting ice. These lakes provide important water sources for the surrounding areas and are popular spots for visitors. High Tatras is also home to many rare plants and animals. The region includes unique species like Scots pine and mountain cherry flowers. Animals such as brown bears, red deer, and various birds live here, making it a vital part of the ecosystem. The mountain range features different ecological zones, from lowland forests to alpine tundra. This variety creates a diverse environment with many plant and animal species. In 1945, an American military plane crashed in the mountains. Today, the wreckage can still be seen in the forested areas, adding an interesting historical element for those interested in military history. High Tatras is a place full of wonder and mystery, combining natural beauty, interesting stories, and diverse wildlife. It is a perfect destination for those who love nature and history. Nyasvij is a small city in Belarus. It is famous for its beautiful castle. The castle is very old and very big. Many important people lived there long ago. The castle and the buildings around it are now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This means they are very special and important. The castle is over 400 years old. It has many different styles of building. You can see Gothic, Baroque, and Renaissance styles all in one place. Around the castle, there is a big park with pretty lakes. There is also an old church nearby called Corpus Christi Church. It is very beautiful too. Nyasvij has many interesting stories. People say there are secret tunnels under the castle. These tunnels might go to other cities. No one knows if this is true. There is also a story about a curse on the family who owned the castle. The story says if the castle is destroyed, the family will die out. Luckily, the castle is still standing today. The castle used to have a big library. It had more than 20,000 books. Sadly, many books were lost in wars. People also say there is a big treasure hidden somewhere in the castle. The rich family who lived there might have hidden it before they left during a war. No one has found it yet. Some people think there are ghosts in the castle. They say they can see the Black Queen, Barbara Radziwiłł. She was a queen who had a sad love story. The castle also had the first theatre in Belarus. It was built a long time ago, in the 16th century. Nyasvij is a place full of history and mystery. Guatapé is a beautiful town, located in the Antioquia department of Colombia. It is about 2 hours from Medellin. Guatapé is famous for its colorful buildings and stunning landscapes. The town is known for its bright colors and unique architecture. Each house is painted in different colors, and many have beautiful decorations called zócalos. These decorations show the local culture and tell stories about the people. One of the main attractions in Guatapé is Peñol Rock, or La Piedra del Peñol. This massive rock rises 200 meters above the land. Visitors can climb 740 steps to reach the top. When they arrive, they see amazing views of the lakes and mountains. The view from the top is breathtaking and makes the climb worthwhile. The rock is a popular spot for hiking and photography. There is an interesting legend about Peñol Rock. According to the story, a giant once lived in the area. This giant protected the land from invaders. When the invaders tried to take over, the giant fought bravely and turned into stone. This is how Piñol Rock was created. The legend adds mystery and charm to the rock, making it even more special for visitors. Guatapé was once a city that was flooded in the 1970s when a dam was built. Many homes and buildings disappeared underwater. However, the town was rebuilt and became a popular tourist destination. Some ruins can still be seen in the lake when the water level is low. This history makes Guatapé a unique place to visit. The town also hosts a famous festival called La Fiesta de las Flores. This festival celebrates the beauty of nature and local culture. It attracts many tourists and creates a lively atmosphere in the town. During the festival, there are parades, music, and flowers everywhere. It is a joyful time for both locals and visitors. In summary, Guatapé is a colorful town known for its stunning landscapes and Peñol Rock. Its unique culture, interesting legends, and beautiful decorations make it a special place to explore. Visitors can enjoy climbing the rock, relaxing by the lake, and experiencing the lively local festivals. Guatapé offers a memorable experience for everyone who visits. Kilkee Cliff Walk is a beautiful place in Ireland. It is in County Clare, on the west coast. People come here to see big cliffs and the ocean. The walk is about 8 kilometers long. You can see many birds and plants here. The cliffs are made of special rocks. It's a great place for photos and enjoying nature. This place has many interesting stories. One story is about a hero called Cú Chulainn. People say he jumped over a big gap in the cliffs. There are also natural sea pools here. They are called pollock holes. When the sea goes out, people can swim in these pools. It's very fun and special. Kilkee Cliff Walk has a lot of history. Many ships crashed here long ago. Some people think they can see ghost ships on foggy nights. This is a bit scary but exciting. During the Irish potato famine, people came here to find food from the sea. This shows how important the sea was for people here. You can see many animals at Kilkee Cliff Walk. There are special birds like seagulls and sea eagles. If you're lucky, you might see dolphins or whales in the sea. This makes the walk very exciting. Sometimes, people can see a strange thing called Fata Morgana. This makes things look upside down or strange. It's like magic. Kilkee is also famous for other things. It's a great place for diving. The sea here has many fish and underwater caves. Many writers and artists like Kilkee. They write stories and make art about this beautiful place. There are also old Irish traditions here. You can hear special music and see local festivals. Kilkee Cliff Walk is a place full of surprises. It has beautiful views, interesting history, and fun things to do. You can learn about nature, see amazing animals, and hear old stories. It's a place where you can have an adventure and see the real beauty of Ireland. Many people love to visit Kilkee and make happy memories here. Algarve is a beautiful region located in the south of Portugal. It is known for its stunning beaches, warm climate, and amazing landscapes. The name Algarve comes from the Arabic word Algarb, which means the West. This name shows the influence of Arabic culture in the area. Algarve is famous for its beautiful beaches, like Praia da Marinha and Praia da Rocha. These beaches have golden sand and clear blue water. Many people visit Algarve to relax, swim, and enjoy water sports. The region is also home to unique rock formations and caves, especially at Ponta da Piedade. Local legends say this place is a gateway to another world. One interesting story is about the city of Lagos. Lagos was an important port for Portuguese explorers during the Age of Discovery. Vasco da Gama, a famous explorer, started his journey from here. Visitors can see the old city walls and historical sites that tell the story of this rich history. In Portimão, there is a famous lobster festival every year. This festival attracts many people who enjoy delicious seafood dishes. Visitors can taste fresh lobster and enjoy music and dancing at this fun event. Algarve is also home to beautiful islands like Ilha da Tavira. These islands have lovely beaches and are perfect for bird watching. Many bird species come here, making it a paradise for nature lovers. The region has a long tradition of wine production. Algarve wines are known for their rich flavors and unique characteristics. Visitors can join wine tours to learn about the winemaking process and taste local wines. With its beautiful beaches, rich history, and delicious food, Algarve is a fantastic place to visit. The mix of culture and nature makes it a special destination for everyone. Exploring Algarve will create wonderful memories for all visitors. The Gap of Dunloe is a beautiful mountain pass in County Kerry, Ireland. It is about 11 kilometers long and lies between the McGillycuddy's Reeks and the Purple Mountain. This stunning area is famous for its amazing landscapes, including steep mountains, green valleys, and sparkling lakes. Many people come to visit because the views are breathtaking. One interesting story about the Gap of Dunloe is the legend of the giant. Local folklore says that a giant carved the landscape with his hands. This myth adds a magical feeling to the area and makes it more special for visitors. The giant's story makes the Gap of Dunloe not just a place, but a part of Ireland's rich history. The Gap of Dunloe leads directly into Killarney National Park. This beautiful park has famous attractions like Muckross House and the Lakes of Killarney. The Gap is a great starting point for exploring all the wonderful sights in the park. In conclusion, the Gap of Dunloe is a magical place full of stories, natural beauty, and adventure.
Hello, everyone. Today I want to tell you about a very special place called Cliffs of Moher. It's a famous spot in Ireland that many people visit. The cliffs are very tall and stand next to the sea. They are about 14 kilometers long, and the highest point is 214 meters above the water. It's a beautiful place to see nature. The cliffs of Moher have many interesting stories. At the south end, there's a rock that looks like a woman's head. People call it Hag's Head. The story says it was a witch who turned to stone while chasing her lover. There's also a big cave at the bottom of the cliffs. You can only get there by boat. Some people think a giant sea snake lives in this cave. These stories make the cliffs more exciting. The cliffs are not just pretty. They are also important for nature. More than 20 kinds of birds live there. Some of these birds are very rare. The cliffs are also old. Scientists found remains of an old fort from long ago on top of the cliffs. In winter, people come to watch big waves hit the cliffs. Sometimes the waves can be as high as a 4-story building. Many people like to visit the cliffs of Moher. In 2018, more than 1.5 million people came to see them. It's the second most visited place in Ireland. The cliffs are also famous because of movies. Part of a Harry Potter movie was filmed here. There's an old tower you can visit called O'Brien's Tower. From there you can see very far. The cliffs of Moher are not just for looking. There are things to do too. People like to walk along the top of the cliffs. There's a visitor center where you can learn more about the place. Some people throw coins from the cliffs into the sea for good luck. It's an old tradition. The cliffs are so special that UNESCO made them a global geopark in 2011. This means they are very important for the Earth's history. In the end, the cliffs of Moher are more than just tall rocks by the sea. They have fun stories, interesting history, and lots of nature. Whether you like beautiful views, old tales, or watching birds, there's something for everyone at the cliffs of Moher. It's a place where nature, history, and magic come together. If you ever visit Ireland, don't miss the chance to see these amazing cliffs.
Praia Grande is a beautiful beach located in Portugal, near the town of Sintra. The name Praia Grande means big beach in Portuguese. This beach is famous for its long stretch of golden sand and stunning cliffs. Many people visit Praia Grande every year to enjoy the sun and the ocean. The beach is well known for its great surfing conditions. Praia Grande has strong waves, making it a favorite spot for surfers from around the world. Every year, the beach hosts surfing competitions, including events from the World Surfing League. These competitions attract many talented surfers, showcasing their amazing skills. One interesting fact about Praia Grande is its unique geological features. The beach is surrounded by impressive cliffs and large boulders. These natural formations make the beach a perfect place for exploring and taking beautiful photos. Many visitors enjoy climbing and discovering the area around the beach. Praia Grande is also close to the Sintra Cascais Natural Park, which is rich in biodiversity. The park has many hiking trails where visitors can see various plants and animals. The natural beauty of the park makes it an excellent spot for outdoor activities. The beach is not just a summer destination. It is also known for its delicious seafood. Many restaurants near Praia Grande serve fresh seafood dishes, such as grilled sardines and octopus. Visitors can enjoy these tasty meals while taking in the beautiful ocean views. Throughout the year, Praia Grande hosts various cultural events, such as music festivals and food fairs. These events celebrate local traditions and create a lively atmosphere for visitors. Families love to visit the beach because it is safe for swimming and has many facilities for children. Overall, Praia Grande is a wonderful place to visit in Portugal. Its stunning scenery, exciting surfing, and rich culture make it a memorable destination for everyone. Visitors will find many surprises and beautiful experiences at this amazing beach. The Tatra Mountains are a beautiful place in Slovakia. They are very high mountains with tall peaks and beautiful lakes. Many people visit the Tatra Mountains every year. These mountains are famous for their pretty views. You can see big mountains, green forests, and clear blue lakes. In winter, the mountains are covered with white snow. It's very nice to look at. The Tatra Mountains have many interesting stories. One story says that the mountains are really a sleeping giant. People think that when the giant wakes up, the world will end. This is just a story, but it's fun to think about. There are also stories about hidden treasure in the mountains. Some people believe there is a lot of gold and jewels hidden in caves. Many people have looked for this treasure, but no one has found it yet. The mountains have some special things that you can't find anywhere else. There is a small flower that only grows in the Tatra Mountains. It's very rare and protected. One of the most beautiful places in the mountains is a lake called Morski Oko. It means eye of the sea because the water is very blue. Some people think this lake is connected to the sea by a secret tunnel under the mountain. Venice is a special city in Italy. It is built on 118 small islands. There are no cars in Venice. People use boats to move around. The most famous boats are called gondolas. They are long and black. Venice has many canals instead of streets. The biggest canal is the Grand Canal. It goes through the middle of the city. Venice is very old and beautiful. It has many old buildings and bridges. The buildings are built on wooden posts in the water. This is very unusual. Venice is famous for its masks and carnival. Every year, people wear fancy masks and costumes for a big party. There are many interesting stories about Venice. One famous bridge is called the Bridge of Sighs. People say prisoners would sigh when they crossed this bridge. They were going to jail and saw Venice for the last time. Another story is about Casanova. He was a famous man who was born in Venice. He was put in jail but escaped. Venice has some strange facts too. There is a ghost island near Venice called Poveglia. People say it is haunted. In Venice, there is a church under another church. When the water rises, you can see it through glass. All gondolas must be black. This is a very old rule. Venice has problems too. The city is sinking slowly. Every year, it goes down a little bit. The water in Venice sometimes gets very high. This is called aqua alta. When this happens, people walk on raised walkways. There are special alarms to warn people about high water. There is a special island for cemeteries in Venice. It is called San Michele. This is because there is not much space in the city for graves. Venice is a very popular place for tourists. Many people visit every year to see the canals, ride in gondolas, and look at the old buildings. Barcelona is a big city in Spain. It is on the Mediterranean Sea. Barcelona is famous for many things. The city has beautiful buildings. Antoni Gaudí made many special buildings here. The Sagrada Familia Church is very famous. It started in 1882 and will finish in 2026. This is 100 years after Gaudí died. The church has a bomb inside from an old war. It doesn't work now. Barcelona is great for sports. The football team FC Barcelona is very famous. They play in a big stadium called Camp Nou. But FC Barcelona is not just for football. They also have teams for basketball and other sports. The city has nice beaches, but these beaches are not natural. People made them for the Olympic Games in 1992. Barcelona also has many palm trees. It has more palm trees than any other city near the Mediterranean Sea. People in Barcelona speak a special language. It is called Catalan. Catalan is more important than Spanish in Barcelona. The city has its own culture. There is a day called Sant Jordi. On this day, people give books and roses to their loved ones. Barcelona has many interesting things. There is a statue of Christopher Columbus. People think it points to America, but it really points to Libya. The city also has many balconies. There are about 1.5 million balconies in Barcelona. The food in Barcelona is very good. People like to eat tapas and paella. These are special Spanish foods. There are many restaurants in the city. You can also find good food on La Rambla. This is a famous street with many shops. Barcelona is old and new at the same time. It has things from Roman times, but it also has very modern buildings. Many people visit Barcelona every year. They come to see the buildings, eat the food, and enjoy the beaches. Barcelona is an important city in Europe. It is good for business and culture. Many people come here for work and for fun. The city is always busy and exciting. There is always something new to see in Barcelona. Porto is a beautiful city in Portugal, located in the northwest part of the country. It is one of the oldest cities in Europe and has a rich history that dates back to the 4th century BC. Porto is famous for its stunning architecture and the beautiful Douro River, which flows through the city. The historic center of Porto is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, full of colorful buildings and narrow streets. One of the most famous things about Porto is its port wine. This sweet, fortified wine comes from grapes grown in the Douro Valley. Visitors can tour many wine cellars along the river to learn how the wine is made and enjoy tastings. The wine culture in Porto is very important, and it attracts many tourists every year. The iconic Dom Luís XI Bridge is another symbol of Porto. This impressive metal bridge connects Porto with Vila Nova de Gaia. It was built in the 19th century and offers fantastic views of the city and river. Many people take photos of the bridge because it is so beautiful and unique. In Porto, you can find Livraria Lello, one of the most beautiful bookstores in the world. It has stunning architecture and a famous staircase. It is said to have inspired J.K. Rowling while she was writing Harry Potter. This bookstore is a must-see for book lovers and tourists alike. The Church of San Francisco is another highlight in Porto. The church is famous for its amazing Baroque interior, decorated with gold leaf. It is one of the most beautiful churches in Portugal and attracts many visitors who want to see its beauty. Porto is also known for its delicious food, especially the francesinha. This is a hearty sandwich filled with meats and topped with cheese and a special sauce. Many locals and visitors love to enjoy this dish in the city's restaurants. Overall, Porto is a city filled with history, culture, and great food. Its famous port wine, stunning bridges, and unique architecture make it a wonderful place to visit. Whether you are exploring the streets or tasting local dishes, Porto has something for everyone. Here's a 600-word essay about Vaduz Castle in A2 level English, focusing on basic information, interesting stories, surprising facts, and mysteries. Vaduz Castle is a famous place in Liechtenstein. It sits on a big hill above the city of Vaduz. The castle is very old and very beautiful. People can see it from far away. It is the home of the Prince of Liechtenstein and his family. The castle is a symbol of the country. The castle has a long history. It was built many years ago in the 12th century. That means it is about 900 years old. Over time, people added new parts to the castle. Now it looks very big and strong. The castle has different styles, like Gothic and Baroque. These make it look very special. Inside the castle, there are many rooms. The royal family lives there. They have lived in the castle since 1938. The rooms are very nice and have old things in them. Sadly, people can't go inside to see. But many people come to look at the castle from outside. It is very pretty to see. There are many interesting stories about Vaduz Castle. Some people say there is a big treasure hidden inside. No one knows if this is true. It's a fun mystery. Another story is about the castle's wine. The royal family has a vineyard near the castle. They make very special wine there. It is one of the most expensive wines in the world. The castle has some surprises too. For example, there are no fences or guards outside. This shows that Liechtenstein is a very safe country. Another surprise is that you can't take pictures of the castle from some places. This is for security reasons. Vaduz Castle has some secrets too. People say there are secret rooms under the castle. No one knows if this is true. It's another mystery. There is also a small place to look at stars on top of one of the towers. The royal family likes to study the stars. Worthing Beach is a famous beach located on the southern coast of Barbados, an island in the Caribbean. This beach is in the Worthing area, close to Bridgetown, the capital of Barbados. Worthing Beach is known for its soft white sand and clear blue water, creating a beautiful landscape that attracts many visitors for relaxation and sunbathing. The calm waters of Worthing Beach make it a perfect spot for swimming and snorkeling. Visitors can see many colorful fish and sometimes even sea turtles. It is also near restaurants, bars, and shopping areas, giving tourists many options for fun after spending time at the beach. Worthing Beach is quieter and more peaceful compared to other beaches on the island, making it a favorite destination for people who want to enjoy natural beauty and relaxation. One of the interesting stories about Worthing Beach is its connection to sea turtles. The beach is a nesting site for hawksbill sea turtles, which come to lay their eggs during the breeding season. Locals and tourists alike participate in conservation programs to help protect the turtles' nests. This makes the beach not only a great place to relax, but also a spot where people can learn about and support wildlife conservation. What makes Worthing Beach unique is the sense of peace and privacy it offers. While other beaches in Barbados like Crane Beach or Carlisle Bay are more crowded, Worthing gives visitors a quieter and more intimate experience. It is perfect for those who want to escape the busy crowds and enjoy the tranquility of the sea and sand. Worthing Beach truly stands out as a peaceful paradise on the beautiful island of Barbados. Tatev Monastery is a famous place in Armenia. It is very old and very important. The monastery is on a big rock in the mountains. It looks very beautiful. People built it a long time ago, in the 9th century. The monastery is special because it was a place for learning and praying. Many students came here to study. The monastery has many interesting stories. One story is about its name. A student helped build the monastery. When it was finished, he prayed for wings. Then he jumped from the tower. People say this is why it's called Tatev, which means give wings in Armenian. This story shows how important the monastery was to people. Tatev has some amazing things. There is a tall stone column called Gavazan. On Easter Day, the light from this window shines on a special spot. People think this is very magical. Today, people can visit Tatev Monastery easily. There is a very long cable car called Wings of Tatev. It is the longest cable car in the world. It takes people over the beautiful mountains to the monastery. This ride is very exciting and gives great views. Many tourists come to see the monastery and ride the cable car. Tatev Monastery is not just old buildings. It has many interesting stories and secrets. It shows how smart and creative people were long ago. The monastery is important for Armenia's history and culture. It is a place where people can learn about the past and enjoy beautiful views. Visitors can see old art, learn about history, and feel close to nature. Tatev Monastery is a special place that many people love to visit. Geiranger Fjord is a beautiful place in Norway. It is a long, narrow bay with high cliffs and waterfalls. Many people visit to see its amazing views. The water is blue and clear. You can see big mountains all around. This place has many interesting stories. There is a waterfall called Seven Sisters. People say it looks like seven girls dancing down the mountain. Another waterfall nearby is called the Suitor. It looks like a boy trying to talk to the girls. These waterfalls make the place more magical. There is an old village on the cliffs called Skagaflo. No one lives there now. People left it many years ago. You can walk there to see old houses and learn about how people lived before. It's like a ghost village, high up on the rocks. Geiranger Fjord has some dangers too. A big mountain called Orkerneset might fall down one day. If it does, it could make a big wave in the fjord. Scientists watch this mountain very carefully to keep people safe. Many movies show Geiranger Fjord because it's so pretty. You can see it in films like Ex Machina and Frozen. The place in Frozen, called Arendelle, looks like Geiranger Fjord. Hollywood likes to use this place for its movies. There is a farm on the steep cliffs where people keep goats. It's called Hurdalsetra. They make cheese there the old way. It's amazing to see goats living so high up on the cliffs. Near Geiranger Fjord, there is a very scary road. It's called Trollstigen. This road has many sharp turns and is very steep. Driving on it can be exciting, but also a bit scary. Long ago, Vikings lived in this area. People who study old things have found Viking stuff here. They found graves and tools. This shows that Geiranger Fjord has been an important place for a very long time. Geiranger Fjord is a special place with beautiful views and many interesting stories. It has waterfalls, old villages, movie scenes, and Viking history. People come from all over to see this amazing fjord in Norway.
Zermatt is a small village in the Swiss Alps, located at the foot of the famous Matterhorn mountain. It is a very popular place for tourists who love nature, adventure, and beautiful scenery. The Matterhorn is one of the most recognizable mountains in the world because of its pyramid shape. Many people come to Zermatt just to see this mountain and enjoy the peaceful atmosphere of the car-free village. Visitors can walk around or use electric taxis and horse-drawn carriages to move around the town. One of the most famous stories about Zermatt is the first ascent of the Matterhorn in 1865. The British climber, Edward Whymper, and his team were the first to reach the summit. However, this success was followed by a tragedy. On the way down, 4 members of the team fell to their deaths when the rope between them broke. This sad event left a deep mark on Zermatt's history, and the broken rope can still be seen in the Matterhorn Museum. The Matterhorn is also known for inspiring the shape of the famous Toblerone chocolate. The triangular peaks of the chocolate bars resemble the shape of the mountain. Although there is some debate about whether this is true, the Matterhorn is clearly visible on the Toblerone packaging, making it a fun connection for chocolate lovers who visit Zermatt. Zermatt is a car-free village, which is one of the things that makes it so special. Cars are not allowed to drive in the village, so the air is very clean and the streets are quiet. People can walk around easily, and there are only electric taxis, buses, and horse-drawn carriages. Most visitors arrive by train, which is a great way to see the beautiful landscape on the way to Zermatt. This makes the village feel peaceful and unique compared to other tourist destinations.
San Marino is a small but historic republic in Italy. It is one of the oldest republics in the world, founded in 301 AD. The area is just 61 square kilometers and has about 33,000 people living there. San Marino is famous for its beautiful medieval architecture and 3 towers. These towers are Guaita, Cesta, and Montale. Guaita is the oldest and offers stunning views of the area. San Marino has a unique political system. 2 captains regent lead the country, and they are elected every 6 months. This system has been in place since the 13th century. The Republic is proud of its independence and has remained free for many centuries. San Marino even provided shelter for those fleeing from danger. The annual Feast of San Marino is celebrated in September. This festival honors the Republic's founding with parades, fireworks, and historical reenactments. It shows the rich culture and traditions of the people. The historic center of San Marino and Mount Titano were named a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2008. This recognition highlights its importance to history and culture. San Marino has a vibrant art scene with many sculptures and paintings. The State Museum of San Marino displays fascinating art and artifacts from the past. Despite its small size, San Marino also has a national football team that competes internationally. The people take great pride in their team and support them passionately. The economy of San Marino is based on tourism and manufacturing. Visitors come to see its beautiful sights and buy unique products. San Marino also has its own postal service. The stamps are popular with collectors and often show famous people and beautiful landscapes. San Marino is a place full of history, mystery, and charm. Belgrade is the capital city of Serbia. It is one of the oldest cities in Europe, with a history that is over 7,000 years old. Belgrade means White City in Serbian. The name comes from the color of the ancient buildings made of limestone. The city is located at the meeting point of the river Sava and the Danube, making it an important place for trade and defense. One famous place in Belgrade is Kalemegdan Fortress. This fortress has been the site of many battles throughout history. It offers beautiful views of the rivers and the city. Many visitors come to learn about its rich history and enjoy the parks around it. There are also stories about ghosts and mysterious events that make it even more interesting. Belgrade is known for its lively nightlife. The city has many clubs and bars that stay open until morning. People come from all over to enjoy the music and dance. Belgrade hosts music festivals like Exit, which attracts international artists and fans. The city's vibrant atmosphere makes it a popular destination for young people. The Church of St. Sava is another important landmark in Belgrade. It is one of the largest Orthodox churches in Europe and is dedicated to St. Sava, the founder of the Serbian Orthodox Church. The church is famous for its impressive architecture and beautiful mosaics. It is a symbol of Serbian culture and faith. Belgrade has many stories and secrets. The city has seen many battles and changes throughout its history. It has been ruled by various empires, including the Roman and Ottoman empires. Each empire has left its mark on the city, creating a unique blend of cultures and traditions. People in Belgrade are known for their friendliness and hospitality. They are happy to share their culture and history with visitors. This warm welcome makes exploring the city even more enjoyable. Belgrade is a city full of life, history, and surprises. Bridgetown is the capital city of Barbados. It is on the southwest coast of the island. Bridgetown is a big and busy place. It has about 110,000 people living there. The city is very old. The British started it in 1628. Bridgetown is important for money and trade in Barbados. Many tourists come here to see the nice beaches. The city has a lot of history. The Old Town and Garrison area are very special. They are so special that UNESCO said they are a World Heritage Site. This happened in 2011. Bridgetown has many old buildings from when the British ruled. You can see the Parliament Building and St. Michael's Church. These buildings are very pretty. Bridgetown has some fun stories. It used to have a different name. People called it Indian Bridge because there was a bridge made by the Arawak people. Later, it became Town of St. Michael. Finally, it got the name Bridgetown. Pirates used to come here a lot in the old days. Some people say the famous pirate Blackbeard visited Bridgetown. There are some surprising things in Bridgetown. There is a very old tree called a baobab. People think it is more than 1,000 years old. It came from Africa a long time ago. Some people talk about secret tunnels under the city. They say these tunnels were used when there were slaves or to move things in secret. Bridgetown has some famous places. There is a square that used to be called Trafalgar Square. It got this name before the one in London. Now it is called Independence Square. The city has a very old Jewish temple. It was built in 1654 and is one of the oldest in this part of the world. There are some funny and cool things in Bridgetown. The bus stops look like small houses. These houses are called chattel houses and are special to Barbados. There is also an old sun clock in the middle of the city. It was made in 1865 and still works well today. Uyuni Salt Flats is a very special place in Bolivia. It is the biggest salt flat in the world. This place is really big, even bigger than some countries. It is very high up, about 3,656 meters above the sea. The salt flat used to be a big lake a long time ago. Now it is full of salt, mostly sodium chloride. When you visit Uyuni Salt Flats, you will see something amazing. The ground looks like a big white desert. When it's dry, you can see many hexagon shapes on the ground. But when there's a little water, it becomes like a giant mirror. It reflects the sky and makes it hard to see where the ground ends and the sky begins. This view is very famous, and many people come here to take photos. Uyuni Salt Flats has some interesting stories. The local people have a legend about how it was made. They say it came from the tears of a volcano named Tunupa. The volcano cried because her husband left her. Her tears mixed with her milk and made the salt flat. This story shows how important Uyuni is to the local culture. There are some surprising things at Uyuni Salt Flats. In the middle of all the white salt, there is a small island. This island is full of big cactus plants. Some of these cactus are over 1,000 years old. Near Uyuni, there is also a place called the Train Cemetery. It has many old trains from the 19th century. Visitors like to take photos here too. Uyuni Salt Flats is a place of beauty and mystery. It's where the sky meets the earth. It's where old stories and new science come together. It's a place that surprises people and makes them wonder. Many people from all over the world come to see this amazing place. They leave with memories and photos that they will never forget.
Mont Saint-Michel is a famous place in France. It is an island with a big church on top. Many people visit it every year. The island is small and sits in the sea near the coast of Normandy. When the water rises, the island is cut off from the land. This makes it look very special. The church on Mont Saint-Michel is very old. It was built over 1,000 years ago. The building is very big and beautiful. It looks like it grows out of the rock. UNESCO says it is a World Heritage Site. This means it is very important to the world. There is a fun story about how Mont Saint-Michel started. People say an angel told a bishop to build a church on the island. The bishop didn't believe it at first, but the angel came 3 times and touched the bishop's head. After that, the bishop built the church. Mont Saint-Michel has been many things over time. It was a church, then a prison, and now it's a place for tourists. During the French Revolution, they closed the church and put prisoners there. Later, they fixed it up and gave it back to the church. The water around Mont Saint-Michel is very interesting. It moves up and down a lot. This is called the tide. The tide can be very fast and dangerous. People say it can move as fast as a running horse. Visitors must be careful when they walk to the island. There is a special part of the church called La Merveille. It means the wonder. It is very beautiful and hard to build. People think it is one of the best examples of Gothic building. It has 3 floors built on a steep rock. Mont Saint-Michel has some fun food too. There is a famous restaurant there. They make a special egg dish called an omelette. The recipe is a secret. They have been making it the same way since 1888. The island has changed over time. Sand and mud built up around it. This made it less like an island, but people worked hard to fix this. They built a new bridge and dam. Now Mont Saint-Michel is an island again when the tide is high.
Amsterdam is a very special city in the Netherlands. It has many canals and bridges. People call it the Venice of the North. The city is famous for its beautiful old houses and interesting museums. Amsterdam is also known for its bikes. Many people ride bicycles here instead of driving cars. This makes the city very green and healthy. Amsterdam has some surprising facts. Did you know that most of the city is below sea level? Big walls called dikes keep the water out. This is why Amsterdam still exists today. The city also has many houseboats. More than 2,500 people live on boats in the canals. Some of these boat homes are over 100 years old. It's a unique way of living that you can't find in many other places. In Amsterdam, you can find the world's narrowest house. It is only 1 meter wide. This tiny house is at number 7 Singel Street. The city also has the oldest elm tree in Amsterdam. This tree was planted in 1895 and lived through 2 world wars. It's amazing to think about all the history this tree has seen. Amsterdam loves flowers and cats. There is a floating flower market called Bloemenmarkt. It's the only floating flower market in the world. You can buy all kinds of flowers and bulbs there. For cat lovers, there is a special cat museum. You can see art and things about cats there. The city even has cat cafes, where you can drink coffee with cute cats. These places are very popular with both locals and tourists. The city has some strange and interesting places too. There is a museum about optical illusions. Many curious tourists visit this place to see funny and confusing pictures. Amsterdam also has a famous bridge called Magere Brug. People call it the Skinny Bridge. It is one of the oldest and most beautiful bridges in the city. At night, it lights up and looks very pretty. Amsterdam's airport, Schiphol, is unusual. It sits 3 meters below sea level. During World War II, it was a military base. Now, it's one of the busiest airports in Europe. Many people from all over the world come to Amsterdam through this airport. The city is very popular with tourists who want to see its canals, museums, and unique culture. All these facts show that Amsterdam is a city full of surprises and history. From its narrow houses to its floating markets, from its cat cafes to its underwater airport, Amsterdam offers many interesting things to see and do. It's a place where old and new mix together in a special way. The Albanian Alps are a beautiful mountain range. They are in Albania, Montenegro, and Kosovo. People also call them prokleti. This name means cursed mountains in English. The mountains have tall peaks, deep valleys, and many forests. These mountains are famous for their nature. Many people visit to hike, climb, and enjoy the views. The area has rare plants and animals. One special flower only grows here. It is called Wolfenia baldaci. You cannot find it anywhere else in the world. The Albanian Alps have many interesting stories. One story is about the name Cursed Mountains. Long ago, when Ottoman soldiers came here, they had trouble crossing the mountains. They were very angry and cursed the mountains. That's why people call them Cursed Mountains now. In the mountains, there is a special place called Theth Valley. For a long time, it was hard to reach. Not many people went there. In Theth, you can see an old stone tower. People use this tower to hide during fights. It is called Kula. The people in the Albanian Alps have unique customs. They follow old rules called kanun. These rules talk about honor and being good to guests. The people here also move their animals up the mountains in summer. Then they go back down in winter. This is called nomad life. There are some mysteries in the Albanian Alps too. One mystery is the Blue Eye Lake. It has very blue water. No one knows how deep it is or where the water comes from. People tell many stories about this lake. Today, the Albanian Alps are becoming more popular. There is a new project called Peaks of the Balkans. It helps people hike through Albania, Montenegro, and Kosovo. This project brings people together and helps them learn about each other. The Albanian Alps are a special place. They have beautiful nature, interesting history, and unique culture. Many people visit to see the mountains, learn about old customs, and enjoy the fresh air. The Albanian Alps are a hidden treasure in Europe. Berezina is a famous river in Belarus. It is 613 kilometers long. The river starts in the north of Belarus and ends in the south. It flows into a bigger river called Dnieper. Berezina is very important in history. Many big events happened here. The most famous thing about Berezina is a battle. It happened in 1812. Napoleon and his army were fighting in Russia. They had to cross the Berezina River to go home. It was very cold and hard. Many soldiers died. This battle is why Berezina is so well known. There are interesting stories about the Berezina battle. A French general named Herblay was very smart. He tricked the Russian army. He built fake bridges in one place. But he built real bridges in another place. This helped Napoleon's army escape. Eblé and his men were very brave. They worked in the cold water to build the bridges. Many of them died. Berezina is not just famous for war, it is also important for nature. There are many special animals near the river. You can see rare birds there. There are also big animals like brown bears and elk. People try to protect these animals and their homes. There is a special place called the Berezinski Biosphere Reserve. It helps keep the animals safe. The river is also good for people. Long ago, people built a canal. This canal connects Berezina to another river. It helps boats travel between different places. This was very important for trade. People could sell things to other towns more easily. Berezina has a special meaning in French. When French people say "C'est la Berezina," they mean something very bad happened. This comes from the battle in 1812. It shows how important this event was. Even today, people remember it. Today, Berezina is a peaceful place. People go there to see nature. They can learn about history. The river is still important for Belarus. It reminds people of the past, but it also helps in the present. It gives water to farms and towns. Berezina shows how one place can be important in many ways. Mir is a small town in Belarus. It is famous for its beautiful castle. The town is about 85 kilometers from Minsk, the capital of Belarus. Only about 2,000 people live in Mir. The town is very old and has a lot of history. The most important thing in Mir is Mir Castle. This castle is very special. It was built more than 500 years ago. The castle looks very beautiful. It has different styles of building in it. UNESCO says it is a World Heritage Site. This means it is very important for the world. Mir Castle has some interesting stories. Some people say there is a ghost in the castle. They think it is a young girl in a white dress. She walks in the castle at night. Also, people think there are secret tunnels under the castle, but no one has found them yet. The castle is very strong. It was not destroyed in World War II. Many other castles in Europe were destroyed, but Mir Castle is still standing. After the war, no one lived in the castle for many years, but now it looks new again. People fixed it in the 1990s and 2000s. Before World War II, Mir was famous for its Jewish school. It was called a yeshiva. It was the biggest yeshiva in the world. When the war started, many students and teachers ran away to China. They went to a city called Shanghai. There is a big park around the castle. In this park, there are some very old trees. Some of these trees are more than 350 years old. There is also a lake near the castle. People made this lake 500 years ago to protect the castle. Mir is a great place to visit in Belarus. You can see a beautiful old castle, learn about history, and enjoy nature. The town may be small, but it has many interesting things to see and do. Independence Arch of Chamberlain Bridge is a famous place in Bridgetown, Barbados. It is a big arch on a bridge. The arch is made of coral stone and limestone. It was built in 1987 to celebrate 21 years of Barbados being free from England. The arch has a curved shape and the Barbados coat of arms on it. Many people take photos of this arch when they visit Bridgetown. This arch is very important to the people of Barbados. It shows that their country is free and can make its own choices. The arch is at the start of the main shopping area in Bridgetown. It stands at the mouth of the Constitution River. This spot was very important for trade and defense in the past. The bridge it's on is named after Joseph Chamberlain, an English politician from long ago. There are some interesting things about the Independence Arch. People often meet their friends at the arch. It's easy to find and remember. The arch might be part of some special events on national holidays, but we're not sure. What we do know is that it's a symbol of Barbados moving from being ruled by others to ruling itself. The Independence Arch has seen many things over the years. It has watched as Barbados grew and changed. Many important people have walked under this arch. It has been there for happy times and hard times in Barbados. The arch reminds people of their history and their hopes for the future. Visitors to Barbados should not miss seeing the Independence Arch. It's not just a pretty thing to look at. It tells a story about Barbados and its people. When you walk under the arch, you're walking into the heart of Bridgetown. You can feel the history all around you. The Independence Arch is more than just stone and cement. It's a big part of what makes Barbados special. Copacabana is a famous city in Bolivia. It sits by Lake Titicaca, the highest big lake in the world. The name Copacabana means view of the blue lake in the local language. This city is special for many reasons. People come to Copacabana for its beauty and history. The city has an old church from the 1500s. Inside this church is a special statue called the Black Madonna. Many people believe this statue can do miracles. They come from far away to see it. Copacabana has many interesting stories. One story is about the Black Madonna statue. People say a local artist made it after seeing the Virgin Mary in a dream. Another fun fact is about cars. People bring their cars to the church for a blessing. They think this will keep them safe on the roads. Near Copacabana, there is an old gate called the Sun Gate. It's very old, and no one knows exactly why it was built. Some people think it was used to watch the stars. Others say it was a door to the spirit world. It's still a mystery today. The city has many fun festivals. One special festival is called Alacitas. During this time, people put thousands of small lights on the lake. It looks very pretty at night. Another interesting custom is about weddings. Before they get married, couples swim to a small island to ask for good luck. Copacabana is close to a famous island called Sun Island. Old stories say this is where the sun god was born. Many people visit this island to learn about old Inca stories. The lake near Copacabana is also home to a special frog. It's very big and can only be found in this lake. Copacabana is not just a beautiful place. It's also important for culture and religion. People from Bolivia and Peru come here to pray. Tourists come to see the lake and learn about the local way of life. There's always something interesting to see or do in Copacabana. Laguna Verde is a special lake in Bolivia, South America. It sits high up in the mountains, about 4,300 meters above sea level. The lake is famous for its beautiful green color. This color comes from minerals in the water. The name Laguna Verde means green lake in Spanish. This name describes the lake's unique color very well. Sometimes when the wind blows strong, the lake can change color. It might turn from light green to dark turquoise. This happens because the wind mixes up the minerals in the water. Laguna Verde is in a very strange place. It's in a desert, but it's also very high up. This makes the weather very unusual. During the day, it can be hot, but at night, it gets very cold, even below 0 degrees Celsius. This big change in temperature makes Laguna Verde a special place. Many people like to visit Laguna Verde. It's part of a famous tour called the Route of the Lakes. This tour shows visitors many colorful lakes in the area, but getting to Laguna Verde can be hard. The high altitude can make some people feel sick. This challenge makes the trip even more exciting for some visitors. People who visit Laguna Verde often say it's one of the most amazing places they've seen. The green water, the white mountains, and the blue sky make a picture that's hard to forget. Even though it's difficult to get to, many people think Laguna Verde is worth the trip. Laguna Verde is a special lake in Bolivia, South America. It sits high up in the mountains, about 4,300 meters above sea level. The lake is famous for its beautiful green color. This color comes from minerals in the water. The name Laguna Verde means green lake in Spanish. This name describes the lake's unique color very well. Sometimes, when the wind blows strong, the lake can change color. It might turn from light green to dark turquoise. This happens because the wind mixes up the minerals in the water. Laguna Verde is in a very strange place. It's in a desert, but it's also very high up. This makes the weather very unusual. During the day, it can be hot, but at night, it gets very cold. Minsk is the capital city of Belarus. It is a big and important place. The city is very old and has a long history. People first talked about Minsk in the year 1067. That's almost 1,000 years ago. Minsk is on the Svislak River. Many people live and work here. Minsk has many interesting buildings. After World War II, the city was almost all destroyed, but people built it again. Now Minsk has many big streets and tall buildings. These buildings look like they are from the Soviet time. The city also has many museums, theaters, and parks. People like to visit these places. One famous building in Minsk is the Red Church. Its real name is the Church of Saint Simon and Helena. A man built this church because his children died. It's a very sad but beautiful story. The church is red and very pretty to look at. Minsk has some secrets too. Under the city, there are many tunnels. People built these tunnels during the Cold War. Now, some of these tunnels are bars and restaurants. It's very strange to eat in a place that used to be a secret tunnel. The National Library of Belarus is another famous place in Minsk. It looks like a big diamond. At night, it has lights on it. It's very bright and pretty. Many people go there to read books and study. Minsk has a special island called Island of Tears. It's a small island in the Svislak River. On this island, there is a place to remember soldiers who died in a war in Afghanistan. It's a sad but important place for many people. In Minsk, you can see many green trolley buses. These are special buses that use electricity. They are a good way to travel around the city. Many people use them every day to go to work or school. There is a big war museum in Minsk. It's called the Great Patriotic War Museum. This museum has many things from World War II. People can learn a lot about the war here. It's one of the biggest war museums in the world. Siem Reap is a city in northwest Cambodia. It is famous because it is near Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat is a big ancient temple complex. Many tourists come to see it every year. Siem Reap is the gateway to this wonder. Angkor Wat is the largest religious monument in the world. It was built in the 12th century by King Suryavarman II. At first, it was a Hindu temple for the god Vishnu. Later, it became a Buddhist temple. There are many other temples in the area. One is Ta Prohm, where giant trees grow over the ruins. This temple was in the movie Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie. Another is Bayonne, famous for its smiling faces. Siem Reap is a place to learn about Khmer culture. You can visit museums, watch traditional Apsara dances, and see craft villages. At night, you can go to markets and buy souvenirs and try local food. Nearby is Tonle Sap Lake, the largest freshwater lake in Southeast Asia. In the rainy season, the lake becomes very big. You can see floating villages and observe local life. Boat tours are popular here. The name Siem Reap means defeat of Siam. It refers to a victory over Thailand long ago. In the 19th century, a French explorer rediscovered Angkor Wat. Siem Reap has many hotels and restaurants for tourists. You can find cheap guest houses and luxury resorts. The city is full of culture and history. There are many things to see and do. Berlin is the capital and biggest city of Germany. It is a very old and important city. Berlin has many interesting things to see and do. Berlin has a long history. The most famous part of Berlin's history is the Berlin Wall. This wall separated East and West Berlin for many years. In 1989, people broke down the wall. This was a big moment in world history. Today, you can still see parts of the wall in Berlin. Berlin is famous for its culture and art. There are many museums and art galleries in Berlin. One special place is Museum Island. This is an island in the middle of a river with 5 big museums. You can see many old and beautiful things there. Berlin also has many theaters where you can watch plays and shows. The city has many green spaces. There are lots of parks and trees in Berlin. In fact, Berlin has more than 400,000 trees on its streets. It is one of the greenest cities in Europe. People in Berlin like to spend time outside in these parks. Berlin has some funny and interesting things too. The symbol of Berlin is a bear. You can see bear pictures and statues all over the city. Another funny thing is the traffic lights. They have a special little man with a hat. This man is called Ampelmännchen, and people love him. There are many surprising facts about Berlin. Did you know that there is a theater on a boat in the river? Or that there is a big park that used to be an airport? You can ride your bike on the old runways. Berlin also has a very tall TV tower. It is the tallest building in Germany. Berlin is famous for its nightlife. There are many clubs and bars in the city. One club called Berghain is very famous. It is hard to get into this club. Many people try, but not everyone can go inside. Berlin is a city with many faces. It has old buildings and new buildings. It has quiet parks and busy streets. It has serious museums and fun clubs. There is something for everyone in Berlin. Whether you like history, art, nature, or just having fun, you can find it in Berlin. Tonle Sap Lake is the largest freshwater lake in Southeast Asia. It is located in the center of Cambodia. The lake is very important for the country's ecosystem and economy. A special feature of Tonle Sap Lake is its seasonal change. In the rainy season, the Mekong River rises and pushes water into the lake. This makes the lake grow 4 to 5 times larger than in the dry season. The lake is home to many kinds of fish and wildlife. It provides a rich source of fish for the people of Cambodia. This helps many people have food and jobs. Around the lake, there are floating villages. People live in houses that float on the water. They have schools, markets, and even fish farms on the water. This unique way of life attracts many tourists. In 1997, UNESCO named Tonle Sap Lake a biosphere reserve. This helps protect its special and diverse ecosystem. Scientists study the lake because of its rare plants and animals. An interesting fact is that the Tonle Sap River changes direction twice a year. In the rainy season, it flows into the lake. In the dry season, it flows out to the Mekong River. This is a rare natural event. Every November, there is a water festival called Bon Om Tuk. It celebrates the river's changing flow. There are boat races, music, and cultural events. Many people come to enjoy the festival. Tonle Sap Lake was important to the Angkor Empire. It provided food and transport. This helped the empire become strong and wealthy. However, the lake faces threats from climate change and overfishing. Efforts are being made to protect and conserve it. Tonle Sap Lake is a place of natural beauty and cultural richness. It is a unique part of Cambodia and the world. Bogotá is the capital city of Colombia and is located in the Andean region. It is one of the highest capital cities in the world, sitting at an altitude of about 2,640 meters. Founded in 1538, Bogotá has a rich history and is known for its cultural diversity. The city is a political, economic, and cultural center of Colombia. Many tourists visit Bogotá to explore its attractions and learn about its history. One famous area in Bogotá is La Candelaria. This historic district is known for its beautiful colonial buildings and vibrant street art. Visitors can walk through the streets and see important landmarks like the Plaza de Bolívar, where the Cathedral of Bogotá and the Capitol building are located. The Gold Museum is also here, showcasing a large collection of pre-Columbian gold artifacts. This museum is one of the most important in the world. Bogotá has many interesting stories. One popular legend is about El Mohan, a ghost that is said to live near the Bogotá River. Locals believe that this ghost can charm people, but also bring them trouble. This story adds a mysterious element to the city, and many enjoy sharing tales of the ghost while visiting La Candelaria. Another fun fact is that Bogotá has many museums. In addition to the Gold Museum, there are places like the Museum of Modern Art and the National Museum. These museums display art and history, making Bogotá a great city for culture lovers. Visitors can spend hours exploring the exhibits and learning about Colombian heritage. The weather in Bogotá is unique because it can change quickly. You can experience sun, rain, and wind all in one day. Locals often say that you can have all 4 seasons in just one day. This climate makes the city lively and adds to its charm. In summary, Bogotá is a vibrant city known for its rich history, culture, and delicious food. With its beautiful landmarks, interesting stories, and lively atmosphere, Bogotá offers a memorable experience for all visitors. Exploring the city is a chance to learn about Colombian culture and enjoy its unique beauty. Toronto is a big city in Canada. It is the largest city in the country. Toronto is in the province of Ontario. The city sits on the shore of Lake Ontario. Toronto is famous for its diversity. Many people from different countries live here. More than half of the people in Toronto were born in other places. This makes the city very interesting and colorful. You can hear many languages and try foods from all over the world in Toronto. The most famous building in Toronto is the CN Tower. It is very tall, at 553 meters high. For a long time, it was the tallest freestanding structure in the world. Many visitors go up the tower to see amazing views of the city. Toronto has some fun and surprising facts. The name Toronto comes from a Native American language. It means place where trees stand in the water. There is a big underground walking network called PATH. It is about 30 kilometers long and connects many buildings. The city has some unusual places. There is a shoe museum with over 13,000 pairs of shoes from different times and places. Toronto also has a castle called Casa Loma. It was built by a rich man a long time ago. Toronto is sometimes called the raccoon capital of North America. There are many raccoons living in the city. These animals are very smart and good at finding food. People in Toronto often see raccoons in their gardens or on the streets. Many movies are made in Toronto. Sometimes, the city pretends to be other places like New York or Chicago in these movies. This is because Toronto has many different-looking areas that can look like other cities. There is a special place in Toronto called Graffiti Alley. It is a long street with lots of colorful art on the walls. Many artists paint here, and tourists like to take pictures of the art. Toronto is a city full of surprises and interesting things to see. From its tall tower to its underground city, from its diverse people to its raccoon residents, there is always something new to discover in Toronto. Frankfurt is a big city in Germany. It is famous for many things. Frankfurt is known as a city of money. Many banks and the European Central Bank are here. The city has tall buildings that look like New York. People call it Manhattan because of this. Frankfurt has a big airport. Many people from all over the world come here. The city also has many fairs and shows. The biggest book fair in the world happens in Frankfurt every year. Frankfurt has old and new things. There are old churches and squares, but there are also new museums and parks. The city has a long history. It was the home of Goethe, a famous German writer. You can visit his old house now. Frankfurt has special food. The Frankfurter sausage comes from here. It was made a long time ago for a king. People in Frankfurt also like to drink apple wine. It's a special drink from this area. There are many fun facts about Frankfurt. The city has the biggest train station in Europe. There is a money museum with many old coins. In a park, there is an old tree where Goethe used to sit and write. Frankfurt has a tall TV tower. It was once the tallest building in Europe. There is a bridge where people put love locks, like in Paris. The city also has the oldest globe in the world. It's from 1492. Many things were made first in Frankfurt. The first car, the first typewriter, and modern printing all started here. Long ago, people called Frankfurt Little Paris because it was so nice. Frankfurt is not just about money and business. It has many stories and secrets. It's a city where old and new things come together. There is always something interesting to see and learn in Frankfurt. Montreal is a big city in Canada. It is in the province of Quebec. Many people in Montreal speak French. It is a special place with interesting things to see and do. Montreal has a mix of old and new buildings. The old part of the city, called Vieux Montreal, has many historic buildings. People like to walk around and look at these old buildings. Montreal also has tall, modern buildings in the downtown area. The food in Montreal is very good. People love to eat poutine. Poutine is French fries with gravy and cheese. Montreal bagels are also famous. They are different from New York bagels. Montreal has many restaurants with food from all over the world. Montreal has a big underground city. It is called Réseau. Réseau has many tunnels that connect buildings, shops, and subway stations. People can walk in these tunnels when it is cold outside. It is like a big maze under the city. There are many festivals in Montreal. The Jazz Festival is very popular. People come from all over the world to hear music. There is also a comedy festival called Just for Laughs. It makes people laugh a lot. Montreal has some strange and fun facts. There is an island called Sainte-Hélène. People made this island bigger using rocks from digging the subway. The Olympic Stadium has a very big roof. It took 11 years to finish the roof after the Olympics. Sports are important in Montreal. The hockey team is called the Montreal Canadiens. Many people love to watch hockey games. There are also other sports like soccer and football. Montreal has good schools. There are famous universities like McGill and Université de Montréal. Many students come to Montreal to study. They like the city because it is fun and has many things to do. People who visit Montreal often go to Mount Royal. It is a big hill in the middle of the city. From the top, you can see all of Montreal. It is very beautiful, especially in autumn when the leaves change color. Angkor Wat is a famous temple in Cambodia. It is very big and beautiful. People from all over the world come to see it. The temple is more than 800 years old. It was built in the 12th century by a king named Suryavarman II. Angkor Wat is special because it shows both Hindu and Buddhist styles. The temple is huge. It covers an area of about 162 hectares. This makes it the largest religious building in the world. Angkor Wat has many tall towers and long corridors. The walls have beautiful carvings that tell old stories. The temple is surrounded by a big moat filled with water. Angkor Wat has many interesting facts. It was built from the outside to the inside. This is different from other temples. The builders used a special design. On one day of the year, the sun rises right above the main tower. This shows that the old Khmer people knew a lot about the stars. There are many mysteries about Angkor Wat. People don't know how the heavy stones were moved to build it. The stones came from a place 50 kilometers away. Scientists are still trying to figure out how this was done. Another mystery is the Angkor smile. Many statues in the temple have a special smile. It reminds people of the Mona Lisa painting. Angkor Wat was not always famous. For many years, people in other countries did not know about it. A French explorer named Henri Mouhot found it in the 19th century. After that, more people started to visit. Today, millions of people come to see Angkor Wat every year. The temple has survived many things. During wars, San Andres is a beautiful Caribbean island that belongs to Colombia. It is located about 775 kilometers from the mainland. The island is famous for its stunning beaches and clear blue waters. Many tourists visit San Andres to relax and enjoy the sun. One of the most special things about this island is the Sea of Seven Colors. This amazing sight shows different shades of blue in the water. People come to see this beautiful view and take pictures. The island has a rich culture influenced by its Caribbean roots. The people who live here are called Sanandresanos. They speak a unique Creole language that mixes English, Spanish, and African words. This blend of cultures is also seen in the music and food on the island. A popular dish is rondon, a tasty coconut-based stew made with fish and vegetables. Visitors enjoy trying local food and experiencing the culture. San Andres is also known for great snorkeling and diving. The coral reefs around the island are home to many colorful fish and marine life. Tourists can explore these reefs and see beautiful underwater landscapes. This makes San Andres a paradise for those who love the ocean. One interesting story from San Andres is about La Llorona. This is a ghost story about a woman who lost her children. Locals say they can hear her crying at night. This legend adds a mysterious feeling to the island and makes it even more exciting for visitors. San Andres has many beautiful beaches, such as Sprat Bight and Johnny Cay. These beaches are perfect for swimming and sunbathing. Visitors can relax on the sand and enjoy the warm weather. The island also has a lively nightlife, with bars and restaurants where people can have fun after sunset. In summary, San Andres is a stunning island known for its beautiful landscapes, vibrant culture, and interesting stories. Visitors can enjoy the beaches, explore the underwater world, and learn about the local traditions. San Andres offers a memorable experience for everyone who comes to visit. Niagara Falls is a big and beautiful waterfall. It is between the United States and Canada. The waterfall is very tall and wide. Many people come to see it every year. It is famous for its amazing views and loud sound. Niagara Falls has three parts: Horseshoe Falls, American Falls, and Bridal Veil Falls. Horseshoe Falls is the biggest one. It is shaped like a horse's shoe. The water falls from about 51 meters high. That is as tall as a 15-story building. A lot of water falls every second. It is very impressive to see. People can do many fun things at Niagara Falls. They can ride boats near the falls. They can go to tall buildings to see the falls from above. There are also tunnels behind the falls. Visitors can walk in these tunnels and feel the power of the water. Around the falls, there are nice parks where people can have picnics. Niagara Falls has many interesting stories. In 1901, a 63-year-old teacher named Annie Edson Taylor went over the falls in a wooden barrel. She was the first person to do this and live. After her, other people tried it too. Now, it is not allowed because it is very dangerous. Sometimes, in very cold winters, Niagara Falls looks like it freezes. This doesn't happen often, but when it does, it looks magical. In 1969, the American Falls was turned off for a while. The army stopped the water so they could study the rocks. Many people came to see the dry falls. A man named Jean-François Gravelet, also called the Great Blondin, walked on a rope over Niagara Falls in 1859. He even rode a bicycle on the rope and carried a person on his back. This was very brave and amazing. Niagara Falls is a special place with beauty, history, and power. It attracts millions of visitors who come to see its amazing water, hear its loud roar, and learn its interesting stories. It is truly one of the world's great natural wonders. Piedra del Peñol is a famous rock located near the town of Guatapé in Colombia. It rises about 200 meters above the landscape. The rock is a popular tourist destination known for its impressive size and the stunning views from the top. Visitors come from all over to climb the rock and see the beautiful scenery. The view from the top includes lakes, hills, and the vibrant colors of the surrounding area. One interesting story about Piedra del Peñol is about a giant who once lived in the region. According to the legend, the giant protected the land from invaders. When enemies attacked, the giant fought bravely. In the end, he turned into stone to become the rock we see today. This legend adds a sense of mystery to Piedra del Peñol and makes it a special place for visitors. To reach the top of the rock, visitors must climb 740 steps. These steps were built in the 1950s and are a challenge for many people. Climbing the steps is a rewarding experience as the view from the top is breathtaking. Many tourists enjoy taking pictures and sharing their experiences on social media. Piedra del Peñol is also part of a larger hydroelectric project that created a reservoir in the area. This reservoir provides energy to many parts of Colombia. It is also a great place for water activities like kayaking and fishing. Many people enjoy spending time on the water, making it a lively spot for tourists and locals alike. Another fun fact is that the sunset from the top of Piedra del Peñol is incredible. Many visitors come to watch the sun go down, creating beautiful colors in the sky and reflecting on the water. This magical moment makes the climb even more worthwhile. In summary, Piedra del Peñol is a stunning natural landmark known for its impressive views, interesting legends, and exciting climbing experience. Whether you want to learn about the local culture or enjoy the beautiful landscapes, Piedra del Peñol offers something for everyone. It is a must-visit destination for anyone traveling to Colombia. Hamburg is a big city in Germany. It is the second largest city after Berlin. Hamburg is in the north of Germany, near the sea. It is famous for its big port. The port is very important for Germany's economy. Many ships come and go from Hamburg's port every day. Hamburg has a long history. It was once a free city-state. It was part of a group called the Hanseatic League. This group was important for trade in Europe many years ago. Now Hamburg is a modern city. It has old buildings and new buildings together. People like to visit the old warehouse area called Speicherstadt. It is very beautiful. Hamburg has many interesting things to see and do. There is a place called Miniature Wunderland. It is the biggest model railway in the world. You can see small versions of many cities there. Hamburg also has a Russian submarine that is now a museum. Visitors can go inside and see how people lived on a submarine. These are fun places to visit. The city is famous for music too. The Beatles, a very famous band, played in Hamburg before they became famous. They played in clubs in Hamburg for many hours every night. This helped them become better musicians. Now, Hamburg has a new concert hall called Elbphilharmonie. It looks very modern and is a symbol of the city. Hamburg has some surprising facts. Did you know that Hamburg has more bridges than Venice and Amsterdam together? It has over 2,500 bridges. That's a lot of bridges. Also, some people think the hamburger comes from Hamburg. They say people from Hamburg brought the idea of meat between bread to America. Hamburg is a city with many faces. It has a big port, old history, new buildings, fun places to visit, and interesting stories. From the Beatles to bridges, from submarines to small worlds, Hamburg has something for everyone. It's a city that mixes old and new, work and fun. Hamburg is a special place in Germany that many people enjoy visiting. San Andres, Providencia, and Santa Catalina have many interesting stories and facts. One of the most famous legends is that of La Llorona, a ghost who is said to wander around the islands, mourning her children. This story creates a mysterious and intriguing atmosphere for those who visit. Providencia is also famous for being home to the Garifuna people, a community with roots in African and Carib cultures. The Garifuna have many unique cultural traditions, including music, dance, and cuisine. They hold festivals to celebrate their cultural heritage, attracting both tourists and locals. Another interesting fact is the ocean surrounding the islands. The water here has many different shades, from blue to turquoise, creating a beautiful scene. The coral reefs surrounding the island are also home to a wide variety of fish and marine life, making it an ideal destination for diving and snorkeling. Santa Catalina is famous for the ruins of Fort Warwick, built in the 18th century to protect the island from pirate attacks. Not only is the site of historical value, it also offers stunning panoramic views of the sea. Finally, all three islands have their own festivals. One of the major festivals is Carnival, where locals dress up in colorful costumes and participate in joyful cultural activities. This is an opportunity for the locals to celebrate their culture and share the joy with visitors. Alanya is a beautiful city in Turkey. It is near the sea in the south of the country. Many people visit Alanya for holidays. The weather is nice and warm. Alanya has many pretty beaches. Two famous beaches are Cleopatra Beach and Damlataş Beach. They have white sand and clear water. People like to swim and sunbathe here. There is an old castle in Alanya. It was built 800 years ago. The castle is on a high hill. You can see the sea from there. It's very big and beautiful. Alanya has interesting caves. Two popular caves are Damlatash Cave and Dim Cave. People like to visit these caves. They are cool and have pretty rocks inside. In Alanya, you can do many fun things. You can go swimming, take a boat ride, or explore the countryside. There are tours to see the area around the city. The food in Alanya is very good. You can eat Turkish food and fresh seafood. There are many restaurants to choose from. The food is tasty and not expensive. There are some interesting stories about Alanya. One story says that Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt, swam at Cleopatra Beach. Another story says that the castle was a love gift from a king to his wife. These stories make Alanya more special. Alanya has some surprises too. There is a special red banana that grows only here. It's smaller and sweeter than normal bananas. Also, there is a cave that people think can help cure asthma. Many people from other countries live in Alanya. This makes the city very interesting. You can meet people from Russia and Northern Europe. The city has a mix of different cultures. Some movies were made in Alanya. Parts of a James Bond movie called Skyfall were filmed here. The city is very pretty, so movie makers like it. Long ago, pirates used to live in Alanya. Later, it became an important place for trade. Now, it's a popular place for tourists. Alanya has changed a lot over time. Near Alanya, there is a beautiful waterfall. It's called Sapodere Canyon. The water from this waterfall goes straight into the sea. It's an amazing sight to see. Munich is a big city in Germany. It is the third largest city in the country. Munich is famous for many things. It has old buildings, good food, and fun events. The most famous event in Munich is Oktoberfest. This is a big beer festival. Many people come to Munich for Oktoberfest every year. They drink beer and eat German food. The festival is in September and October. It is very fun and exciting. Munich has many beautiful buildings. There is a big church called Frauenkirche. It has a funny story. People say the builder made a deal with the devil to build it. The devil helped, but the builder tricked him. Now you can see a special spot in the church where it looks like there are no windows. In Munich, there is a big park called Englischer Garten. It is one of the biggest city parks in the world. In this park, there is a small river with a wave. People like to surf on this wave. They surf even when it's cold. It's very strange to see surfing in a city park. Munich is known as the beer capital of the world. There are many beer gardens in the city. People like to sit outside and drink beer with friends. Munich has 6 big beer companies. They make very good beer. There are some funny facts about Munich. For example, gummy bears were invented here. Also, people in Munich say, "God greet you," instead of "hello." There is a big hill made from old buildings after World War II. Now, people ski on this hill in winter. Munich has rules about tall buildings. No building can be taller than the Frauenkirche Church. This rule keeps the city looking nice and old. There is also a statue of a lion. People touch its nose for good luck, but some people think this wakes up the lion from its nap. In Munich, you can ride a special bus. This bus is called a beer bus. You can drink beer while you see the city. It's a fun way to learn about Munich. The city has many interesting stories and things to see. Visitors always have a good time in Munich. Madrid is the capital and biggest city of Spain. It is in the middle of the country. Madrid is a very old and famous city. Madrid is known for many things. It has great art museums, like the Prado Museum. The city has beautiful old buildings, like the Royal Palace. People love to eat tapas here. Real Madrid is a very famous football team from this city. Madrid is also fun at night with many bars and clubs. There is a big park called Retiro Park that is very pretty. Madrid has some interesting stories and facts. The city's symbol is a bear reaching for fruit from a tree. This symbol is on many things in Madrid. In a square called Puerta del Sol, there is a special spot called Kilometer Zero. All roads in Spain are measured from this spot. Madrid is the highest capital city in Europe. It is 667 meters above the sea. There are more cool things about Madrid. It has the oldest restaurant in the world, called Botín. It opened in 1725. The city has a very big and old underground train system. On New Year's Eve, people eat 12 grapes at midnight in Puerta del Sol Square. They think it brings good luck. Madrid has many beautiful fountains. One famous fountain is called Cibeles. Football players come here to celebrate when they win big games. In Retiro Park, there is a strange statue of the devil falling from heaven. People say it's the only statue in the world that shows the devil. Madrid is a city with lots of history and culture. It has been important for many years. The city was important in Roman times and when Muslims ruled Spain. Now, it is the center of Spanish politics, money, and culture. Many people visit Madrid to see its museums, try the food, and enjoy the nice weather. Bratislava is the capital city of Slovakia. It is a beautiful place with many interesting things to see. The city sits on the Danube River and is close to Austria and Hungary. Bratislava has about 430,000 people living there. Bratislava has a long history. It was once the capital of Hungary when it was part of the Austrian Empire. Now, it is the biggest city in Slovakia and very important for the country's economy and culture. One of the most famous things in Bratislava is the castle. It sits on a hill, and you can see it from many parts of the city. The castle is very big and old. It is the largest square castle in the world, according to Guinness World Records. In the old town, there are many beautiful old buildings and squares. You can also see a funny statue called Kumil. It shows a man coming out of a drain in the street. People like to take photos with this statue. Bratislava has some strange and fun facts. The city used to have 3 names: Pressburg, Pozzoni, and Prešporok. It only got its current name in 1919. Bratislava is also the youngest capital city in Europe. It became a capital in 1993 when Slovakia became independent. On top of the SNP bridge, there is a restaurant that looks like a flying saucer. People call it the UFO. From here, You can see the whole city. It's a great place to eat and enjoy the view. Bratislava has a special church called St. Martin's Cathedral. On top of its tower, there is a copy of the Hungarian crown. It weighs 300 kilograms and is covered in gold. This is because many Hungarian kings and queens were crowned in this church long ago. If you visit Bratislava, you can try delicious Slovak food. A famous dish is called brinzové halušky. It's made with small dumplings and sheep cheese. It's very tasty and different from food in other countries. Seville is a famous city in southern Spain. It is the capital of Andalusia and is known for its rich history and culture. One of its most famous landmarks is the Seville Cathedral, which is the largest Gothic cathedral in the world. The Giralda, a bell tower that was once a minaret, offers beautiful views of the city. Legend says the figure on top of the tower, called El Giraldillo, turns with the wind, representing faith. Another important place in Seville is the Alcázar of Seville. A royal palace built by Moorish kings. It is famous for its beautiful architecture, with intricate tilework and lush gardens. Some stories say that there are secret passageways beneath the palace, used by kings for private meetings. The palace has even been used in TV shows, like Game of Thrones. Seville is also the birthplace of flamenco dancing. This passionate art form combines music, dance, and singing. Flamenco comes from the gypsy culture and has deep roots in Seville. The city is also famous for its Plaza de España, a beautiful building used in the Justice Star Wars B movies as a filming location. A surprising fact about Seville is its orange trees. These trees are famous for their bitter oranges, which are used to make marmalade, especially in England. Christopher Columbus is also buried in Seville Cathedral, and there has been a debate about whether his remains are still in the city. DNA tests confirmed that at least part of his body rests there. The Pamir Mountains are located in Central Asia, mainly in Tajikistan. They are often called the roof of the world because they are one of the highest mountain ranges on Earth. The highest peak is Ismail Somoni Peak, which rises to 7,495 meters. The Pamirs are a beautiful place with stunning landscapes, including deep valleys and high mountains. This mountain range is famous for its rich history. The Pamirs were a key part of the ancient Silk Road, which connected China to Europe. Merchants traveled through these mountains to trade goods like silk and spices. Many ancient ruins, such as forts and caravanserais, can still be seen today, telling the story of this important trade route. The climate in the Pamir Mountains can be very harsh, with cold temperatures and strong winds. However, this creates a beautiful and unique landscape. Many explorers have shared their thrilling experiences of trekking through the mountains and discovering hidden valleys. Today, the Pamir Mountains are a popular destination for adventure seekers and nature lovers. Trekking routes offer breathtaking views and opportunities to experience local culture. The natural beauty and rich heritage of the Pamirs make it a special place for anyone who wants to explore the wonders of Central Asia. Hagia Sophia is a famous landmark in Istanbul, Turkey. It was built in 537 by Emperor Justinian I. At first, it was a church for the Eastern Orthodox Christians. In 1453, the Ottoman Empire conquered Constantinople and turned Hagia Sophia into a mosque. In 1935, it became a museum, but in 2020, it was changed back into a mosque. The building is known for its large dome, which was an engineering wonder in its time. The dome is 55.6 meters tall and 31 meters wide. Inside, you can see mosaics, marble columns, and decorations that show both Christian and Islamic art. One interesting story about Hagia Sophia is how Emperor Justinian I felt when he saw the completed building. He is said to have exclaimed, "Solomon, I have surpassed you." This shows how proud he was of this magnificent creation. The dome was a big achievement because it was so large and impressive for its time. It was one of the largest domes ever built and made people feel like they were in a holy space. Another fascinating detail is about the Angel Gabriel mosaic. In the 19th century, archaeologists found a hidden mosaic of the angel. It was covered in plaster when Hagia Sophia became a mosque. This discovery surprised many people because the mosaic had been hidden for centuries. The mosaic shows the rich Christian history of the building, even when it was a mosque. One of the most famous parts of Hagia Sophia is the wishing column. It is said that if you put your finger in the hole of the column and it feels cool or wet, your wish will come true. This legend has attracted many visitors to try their luck. It is one of the small mysteries that make Hagia Sophia even more special. Finally, the way sunlight shines through Hagia Sophia's windows creates a mystical effect. At certain times of the day, the light makes the dome look like it is floating. This magical atmosphere adds to the feeling that Hagia Sophia is a sacred and mysterious place. The light, architecture, and stories all make Hagia Sophia a truly unforgettable landmark. Sagrada Familia is a famous church in Barcelona, Spain. It is very big and beautiful. The full name is Basílica y Temple Expiatori de la Sagrada Familia. This means Basilica and Expiatory Church of the Holy Family in English. Antoni Gaudí, a famous Spanish architect, designed it. The church started building in 1882 and is still not finished. People hope it will be done in 2026. The church looks very special. It has tall towers and many beautiful details. Inside, there are big columns that look like trees. The windows have colorful glass that makes pretty light inside. Gaudí used ideas from nature in his design. He wanted the church to look like a forest made of stone. Sagrada Familia has many interesting stories. Gaudí worked on it for 43 years. He loved it so much that he lived at the building site. Sadly, Gaudí died in 1926 after a tram hit him. People thought he was a beggar because of his old clothes. They didn't help him quickly enough. Now, Gaudí is buried in the church he loved. The church has some secrets and surprises. The towers can make music when the wind blows. This is like a big orchestra. Gaudí made small spaces in the towers for birds to make nests. He wanted nature to be part of the church. The windows are special too. They change the light inside the church at different times of the day and year. Building Sagrada Familia takes a long time. It has been more than 140 years. This makes it very special. People from all over the world come to see it. Even though it's not finished, it's already a symbol of Barcelona. UNESCO made it a World Heritage Site in 2005. This means it's very important for the whole world. Today, people use modern technology to build Sagrada Familia. They use 3D printing to make models and even parts of the building. This is very different from how they started building it in the 19th century. The money to build the church comes from visitors. When you buy a ticket to see Sagrada Familia, you help to finish this amazing building. The Galata Tower is a famous place in Istanbul, Turkey. It is a tall stone tower in the Galata area of the city. The tower is very old and has a lot of history. The tower was built in 1348 when the Byzantine Empire ruled Istanbul. At first, it was called Christea Touris, which means Christ's Tower. The tower is 66.9 meters tall and is round. It is made of stone and has a special cone-shaped roof. Over many years, the Galata Tower had different jobs. It was a fire watch tower, a prison, and even a place to study the stars. Now, it is a popular spot for tourists. People can go to the top of the tower to see all of Istanbul. The view is very beautiful, especially at sunset. There are many interesting stories about the Galata Tower. One famous story is about a man who tried to fly from the tower. In the 17th century, Hezarfen Ahmed Çelebi is said to have flown across the Bosphorus Strait using wings he made. We don't know if this really happened, but it's a fun story. The tower has been used in many ways. It was once a jail for prisoners of war. Later, it became a place to watch the stars. But some people didn't like this and closed it. For a long time, it was used to watch for fires in the city. Firefighters would stand at the top and warn people if they saw a fire. Today, the Galata Tower is very important to Istanbul. It appears in many movies and photos. The tower has survived earthquakes and fires over the years. This shows how strong it is. Now, people can use elevators to go to the top easily. The name Galata might come from an Italian word that means downhill. This is because the area is on a hill that goes down to the sea. The tower has a coffee shop at the top where people can drink and enjoy the view. It's a great place to see all of Istanbul and learn about its history. Philadelphia is a big city in the United States. It is in Pennsylvania. Philadelphia is very old and important in American history. People know Philadelphia for many things. It is where the United States of America started. In 1776, leaders signed the Declaration of Independence here. In 1787, they wrote the U.S. Constitution in Philadelphia. These events happened at Independence Hall. Many tourists visit this place today. Philadelphia has famous places to see. The Liberty Bell is a big old bell with a crack. It is a symbol of freedom. The city has many museums too. The Philadelphia Museum of Art is very popular. People like to run up its steps, like in the movie Rocky. The food in Philadelphia is special. The city is famous for cheesesteaks. This is a sandwich with meat and cheese. It's very tasty. Philadelphia is also the pretzel capital of America. People here eat 12 times more pretzels than other Americans. Philadelphia has some strange and fun things too. Every year, people dress up like zombies and walk in the streets. It's called the Zombie Walk. The city also has a weird medical museum. You can see old skulls and body parts there. Sports are big in Philadelphia. The city has teams for football, basketball, and other sports. Many people love to watch games. Philadelphia also has good schools. The University of Pennsylvania is here. It's a famous college. There are many surprising facts about Philadelphia. It has the first zoo in America. The zoo opened in 1874. The city also has lots of wall paintings. People call Philadelphia the mural capital of the world. There are more than 4,000 murals. Philadelphia is full of history and fun things to do. It's an exciting place to visit. From old buildings to zombie walks, there's something for everyone in this city. Las Vegas is a famous city in Nevada, USA. It is known as the City of Lights and the entertainment capital of the world. Las Vegas is famous for its large casinos, luxury hotels, fine dining, and exciting nightlife. Millions of tourists visit every year to enjoy gambling, shows, and unique architecture. The most popular area is the Las Vegas Strip, where you can find places like Bellagio, the Venetian, Caesar's Palace, and MGM Grand. Las Vegas is not just for gambling. It is also famous for spectacular shows like Cirque du Soleil and concerts by top artists. Many people come here for special events like boxing matches or MMA fights. Las Vegas is also a popular place for weddings, with thousands of couples getting married here each year. One unique thing about Las Vegas is the architecture. You can see famous landmarks from around the world in one place. There is a replica of the Eiffel Tower at Paris, Las Vegas, an Egyptian pyramid at Luxor, and even canals like in Venice at the Venetian. There are also interesting stories about Las Vegas. The city's name means the meadows in Spanish, given by explorers who found green oases in the desert. Las Vegas is a city that never sleeps. Casinos are open 24 hours a day, with bright lights and sounds of slot machines everywhere. Many casinos do not have clocks or windows, so visitors lose track of time. A surprising fact is that most of the Las Vegas Strip is not actually in the city of Las Vegas. It is in areas like Paradise and Winchester. Also, some casinos use special tricks to keep people gambling longer, like pumping fresh air with a pleasant smell and adjusting the temperature perfectly. Las Vegas has appeared in many famous movies like Ocean's 11 and The Hangover. These films show the city as a place of adventure, heists, and wild parties. One more fun fact: Las Vegas has more than 200,000 slot machines, more than the number of people living there. Cape Town is a beautiful city in South Africa. It is famous for its amazing nature and history. The city sits at the southern tip of Africa, where two oceans meet. Cape Town has mountains, beaches, and lots of plants and animals. Table Mountain is the most famous place in Cape Town. It is a big, flat mountain that looks like a table. People can ride a cable car to the top to see the whole city. Sometimes, clouds cover the top of the mountain. People call this the tablecloth. They say it's because the devil and God are playing a game up there. Cape Town has many interesting stories. Long ago, sailors called it the Cape of Storms because the weather was bad. Later, a king changed the name to Cape of Good Hope to make more people want to visit. Now many tourists come to Cape Town every year. They like the nice weather and pretty views. The city has some surprising facts. There is a big garden called Kirstenbosch. It was the first garden in the world made to protect a country's own plants. Cape Town also has secret tunnels under the ground. People built these tunnels a long time ago to move water. One of the most fun places in Cape Town is Boulders Beach. This beach has many penguins. The penguins only came to live there in 1982. Now, people can visit to see the penguins up close. It's very special because penguins usually live in colder places. Cape Town was important in South Africa's history. Nelson Mandela, a famous leader, was in prison on Robben Island near the city. Now people can visit the island to learn about history. Some of the tour guides used to be prisoners there. Cape Town is a special place with many things to see and do. It has beautiful nature, interesting history, and fun stories. People from all over the world come to enjoy this amazing city at the bottom of Africa. Waterberg is a beautiful and important area in South Africa, located in Limpopo province. It is known for its large, red sandstone cliffs and unique landscapes. Waterberg is part of a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, which means it is a protected area that is very special for both nature and people. The area covers about 15,000 square kilometers and is home to many kinds of animals, including elephants, lions, and rhinos. It is also famous for ecotourism, where people visit to see nature and learn about conservation. Waterberg has a long history with humans living there for thousands of years. The Sand People, also known as Bushmen, left ancient rock paintings in the area. These paintings show animals and hunting scenes, as well as their spiritual beliefs. These pictures are a way to learn about the lives of people who lived a long time ago. It's amazing to think that people were creating art in Waterberg thousands of years before our time. The landscape of Waterberg was formed by volcanic activity millions of years ago. This is why the cliffs and rocks have such a special shape and color. The red rocks look even more beautiful when the sun rises or sets, changing colors from bright red to deep purple. This makes Waterberg a great place for photography and enjoying the natural beauty of South Africa. During the Anglo-Boer War in the early 1900s, Waterberg was the site of many battles. The Boer people, who were farmers, fought against the British in this area. One famous battle is called the Battle of Waterberg. Many stories of bravery and resistance from this time are still told by people who live there. These stories remind us of the strength and courage of those who fought to protect their homes. Waterberg's beauty and mystery make it a wonderful place to visit. The mix of ancient history, incredible wildlife, and stunning landscapes make it a unique destination. Whether you want to hike, see animals, or learn about the past, Waterberg has something for everyone. Devon Castle is a beautiful and historic site in Slovakia. It is located on a hill where the Morava and Danube rivers meet. The castle dates back to the 9th century and has a rich history. It was a stronghold for many kings and nobles. They used it to protect the kingdom from invaders. The location is very strategic for trade and defense. Visitors can see the ancient walls and towers that remain today. Before the castle became important to Slovakia, it was a Celtic settlement. This means people lived there more than 2,500 years ago. Archaeologists have found many interesting things from that time. These discoveries show that Devon Castle has been important for a very long time. Banská Bystrica is a beautiful city in central Slovakia. It is known for its rich history and stunning nature. The city is surrounded by the Low Tatras and Kremnica Mountains, making it a great place for outdoor activities. Banská Bystrica was an important mining town in the past. It was famous for silver mining, which helped the city grow and become rich. Many historical buildings still stand today because of this wealth. One interesting place in Banská Bystrica is SNP Square. This square is the heart of the city and is named after the Slovak national uprising of 1944. This event was significant in Slovak history, and a monument in the square honors the heroes who fought against Nazi occupation. Many festivals are held here, making it a lively and vibrant place. The architecture in Banská Bystrica is stunning. The Church of St. Francis of Assisi is a beautiful Gothic church with a lovely wooden altar. Visitors can also see the Banská Bystrica Castle, which offers amazing views of the city. These sites show the city's rich cultural heritage. Banská Bystrica is also known for its interesting stories and legends. The region has many tales about fairies and hidden treasures in the mountains. These stories add a mysterious charm to the city. People can enjoy local crafts and food at the Bansko Bystricky Jarmok, the city's annual fair, which celebrates the local culture. In summary, Banská Bystrica is a city full of history, culture, and nature. Its unique stories, beautiful architecture, and rich mining heritage make it a fascinating place to visit. The blend of past and present in Banská Bystrica invites everyone to explore its secrets and enjoy its beauty. The Old City of Jerusalem is a famous historical site in Israel. It has a rich history of over 3,000 years. This city is sacred to three major religions: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. The Old City is divided into four quarters: the Jewish quarter, the Christian quarter, the Muslim quarter, and the Armenian quarter. Each quarter has its own unique culture and history. One of the most important landmarks in the Old City is the Western Wall. This wall is a part of the Second Temple, which was destroyed in 70 CE. It is the holiest site for Jews. Many people visit the Western Wall to pray and leave notes in its cracks. It is a place of deep spirituality and hope for millions around the world. Another significant site is the Dome of the Rock. This beautiful golden dome is an important Islamic shrine located on the Temple Mount. The Dome of the Rock is believed to be the place where the Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven. Its stunning architecture makes it one of the most recognized symbols of Jerusalem. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre is another major site in the Old City. It is believed to be the location of Jesus' crucifixion, burial, and resurrection. Many Christian pilgrims come to this church each year. The church is filled with beautiful artwork and has a rich history, making it a key destination for visitors. Another significant site is the Dome of the Rock. This beautiful golden dome is an important Islamic shrine located on the Temple Mount. The Dome of the Rock is believed to be the place where the Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven. Its stunning architecture makes it one of the most recognized symbols of Jerusalem. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre is another major site in the Old City. It is believed to be the location of Jesus' crucifixion, burial, and resurrection. Many Christian pilgrims come to this church each year. The church is filled with beautiful artwork and has a rich history, making it a key destination for visitors. Pena River is a beautiful place. It is a river that flows through green lands. The water is clear and blue. Many fish live in the river. People like to visit Pena River to enjoy nature. The river is not very long, but it is very pretty. Trees grow along the banks of Pena River. Birds sing in the trees. In spring, flowers bloom near the water. The air smells fresh and clean. People come to walk and relax by the river. There is an old story about Pena River. Long ago, a kind fairy lived in the river. She helped travelers cross the water safely. People left small gifts for the fairy to say thank you. Some people say they can still hear the fairy's soft laugh at night. Pena River has a secret. Under the water, there is a hidden cave. Divers found the cave many years ago. Inside the cave, they saw strange rocks that glow in the dark. Scientists do not know why the rocks glow. It is still a mystery. Animals love Pena River too. Deer come to drink the clean water. Sometimes, people see otters playing in the river. At night, fireflies light up the air near the water. It looks like magic. Pena River is home to many creatures. The river changes with the seasons. In summer, it is warm and peaceful. In autumn, colorful leaves float on the water. Winter brings ice and snow to Pena River. But in spring, the river comes alive again. People celebrate the return of warm weather by the river. Alaka Mosque is a beautiful place in Turkey. It is in a city called Foça. The mosque is very old and special. People like to visit it because it looks nice. The mosque has many colors. That's why it's called Alaka. Alaka means colorful in Turkish. The walls of the mosque have pretty tiles. These tiles have blue, green, and red colors. They make the mosque look very pretty. Alaka Mosque was built a long time ago. It was made in the 16th century. That was when the Ottoman Empire was very strong. The mosque shows how people built things back then. It has a big dome in the middle. There is also a tall tower called a minaret. The mosque is special because it mixes two styles. It has the Ottoman style, which was common in Turkey, but it also has some local style from the Aegean area. This makes the mosque unique and interesting. Foça, where the mosque is a very old city. It has been around for thousands of years. Long ago, it was part of ancient Greece. Then it became part of the Ottoman Empire. The mosque tells us about this long history. The tiles in the mosque are made in a special way. It's called the Iznik style. This style was famous in Turkey. The tiles show beautiful art from the Ottoman times. People come to see this art in the mosque. Alaka Mosque is still beautiful after many years. People take good care of it. This shows that it's important to keep old buildings safe. The mosque helps us remember the past. Many people visit Alaka Mosque every year. They come to see the pretty colors and learn about history. The mosque is a great place to take pictures. It helps people understand Turkish culture better. Alaka Mosque is a special place in Turkey. It shows us beautiful art and old stories. If you visit Turkey, you should try to see this colorful mosque. It will be a nice memory of your trip. The Dead Sea is a unique and famous place located between Israel and Jordan. It is known for being the lowest point on Earth, about 430 meters below sea level. The water in the Dead Sea is very salty, which makes it one of the saltiest lakes in the world. Because of this high salt content, people can float easily on the surface. This fun experience attracts many visitors each year. The mineral-rich mud around the Dead Sea is also popular. Many people come to the area for its healing properties. The mud is believed to help with skin problems such as psoriasis. Visitors often enjoy covering themselves in the mud for its therapeutic benefits. There are many spas and wellness centers nearby that offer treatments using the mud and water. The Dead Sea has a rich history and is mentioned in the Bible. It is famous for the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. Near the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered in the Qumran caves. These ancient texts are very important for understanding Jewish history and religion. They provide valuable insights into the past. One interesting fact is that the water levels of the Dead Sea are decreasing. This is mainly because water from the Jordan River is being diverted for agriculture. The shrinking water levels create strange landscapes, including sinkholes and salt formations. These changes make the area even more unique and mysterious. The surrounding area is also beautiful, with stunning views and unique rock formations. The air is rich in minerals, which can be good for health. Many people visit the Dead Sea for its natural beauty and to experience its special environment. The combination of history, fun activities, and health benefits makes the Dead Sea a fascinating destination. Lomnicki Shield, or Lomnicki Štit, is a famous mountain in Slovakia. It is the second highest peak in the High Tatras, standing at 2,634 meters. The mountain is a popular destination for hikers and climbers. Visitors can take a cable car from Tatranska Lomnica village to reach the peak. The views from the top are breathtaking. You can see beautiful valleys and other mountains. The area is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which makes it even more special. There are many interesting stories about Lomnicki Shield. One story says that the name comes from the Slovak word lom, meaning to break. According to local folklore, the mountain was created when gods broke through the earth during a great battle. This myth adds a mysterious feeling to the mountain. The first recorded climb to the summit was in 1868, and it has been a popular challenge for climbers ever since.